Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 294 of the W.I.L.L.I.W show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. And the last couple days I've been doing a profiles on each province in Canada and the wrestling, the history there, the current scene out there. I did British Columbia, I did Alberta, Saskatchewan. So it's on to Manitoba. And there's actually a lot of great history in Manitoba. Currently, I found that there's about 4 promotions that are active right now. When I looked online, a couple of them are pretty newer ones, but there's a couple that have been around for a bit. CWE, Canadian Wrestling Elite, they've been doing good things. They had a really good tour last year in 2017 where they did a bunch of shows in a bunch of towns and had some great talent on them. And nothing but good things I've heard about them. And then there's Premier Championship Wrestling, Primos Wrestling Canada, and Union of Wrestling. And from what I've seen, they're all based in Winnipeg. I know CWF with Ernie Todd. It said it used to be. It's been around since 1979, but I know he's been doing tours, and I don't think he does them anymore. I believe it's Thorne that owns that now, but they've had a good run in there. And then Tony Condella had a promotion out that way, and Tony Condello, maybe I should say, and he's famous for the northern tours, the death tours they call them. But he ran a promotion for a long time. It used to be called like the Four Corners or something, for something. I can't remember exactly, but they changed the name of it, and then I can't even remember. I should have really done it better. But yeah, he had a promotion which had a name, and then they changed the name, but they kept the promotion going. There's a couple other ones that are no longer with us. Steeltown Pro Wrestling was there for a while. I know Rob Stardom had his hand in that. I've actually met Rob Stardom and been on a show with him. He's a really nice guy. And yeah, but they don't run shows anymore from what I've seen. There's a couple on there. There's not a lot of websites for a lot of them either, and I'm sure there's Facebook pages and stuff, but check it out. Manitoba's got a really good scene. I actually went to Manitoba. I never wrestled there, but I was on a tour and we stopped there to pick up Kerry Brown, who lived there, and Bulldog Bob Brown was lived there as well. I know famously Roddy Piper grew up there, although he was born in Saskatchewan. It says he grew up in Winnipeg. Also, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, they're all from Manitoba. I don't know if it's Winnipeg exactly. It must be, because they were doing those tweets like, you're not even the best from Winnipeg. So that makes total sense. So yeah, some great guys have come through there. A lot of hockey players and stuff. But this is the W.I.L.L.I.W show. Wrestling is life, life is wrestling. But I want to know, do you know about any of the history? A lot of people know about the Northern Death Tours. A lot of people know about the CWF. They did a lot of tours, not just in Manitoba, but everywhere as well. So those two ones really stick out in my mind. And now it seems like Canadian Wrestling Elite is kind of picking up where they left off. They've been doing lots of successful shows, and they had, like I said last year, a really big tour. And then there's some great names from there. But have you ever wrestled in Manitoba? Have you ever watched any wrestling from Manitoba? Have you ever been on any of those tours that, even though they may not always just be in Manitoba, but the companies are based in Manitoba, and then they do some other towns, they do some northern, like Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and whatnot. What do you know about Manitoba wrestling in the current scene or the history? I'd love to hear from you guys, because as always on the W.I.L.L.I.W show, like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!